All right, welcome back, everybody. We are keeping it moving here, and it is time now for Business Bites on Now. I'm going to be chatting this morning with Lisa Marie Brown, who is the founder and managing director of Entire Business Support Limited. We're going to be speaking about entrepreneurship during a pandemic. Good morning, Lisa Marie. Lisa
Hi,
Marie,
good
are you with us?
morning.
There we go. How are you doing this morning?
I am really good this morning. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, early mornings for us all the time, but, we are here to put a smile on people's face and to keep them informed. And speaking of information, we want to mind your business because this is Business Bites here on Now. So, so during the pandemic,
Thanks for that. Thanks.
during the pandemic, you have managed to, conduct your business and your entrepreneurship successfully thus far. We want to find out all about that. Could you tell us, what the experience was like and where was the turning point, especially during this pandemic, where you, were able to not only survive but thrive in this time?
Yeah. Well, our business, we offer full support for small and medium enterprises in every stage from the beginning to the end. And what I have noticed is that during the pandemic, you have a lot of businesses scaling down. And then you have a lot of people who may have lost their jobs or maybe on rotation now opening their own businesses.
Right.
So, with regards to how my business thrived during this pandemic, is that everybody's coming to me now to say, hey, how can you help? How can you mind our business? How can you register this business for me, register limited liability? So, you would have found that during the last year, there's been an increase in business for myself because I support other businesses. So whereas an entrepreneur would pay or staff full time, they now have to scale down to save money. And because we offer that kind of support virtually and in packages, it's, I guess, affordable for them to be able to hire us then.
Definitely. And
So I have seen a definite increase in business. I mean, with this second lockdown, I think people have pulled back a bit um, because they're a little cautious and they want to save. But I'm hoping that we become brave again. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
I
It's
know
been it's been pretty interesting.
and as they say, the success of your business really depends on the level of the problem you're solving, and you seem to be solving a lot of problems for a lot of small and medium enterprises there. So let us find out a little more. Let's find out some tips on what businesses can do to, well, stay afloat or pivot or even survive in this time.
Well, one of like I have a couple of tips here. One of them is to accept the change, and I know it's easier said than done,
Correct.
but it's the only constant that we have, and things are going to continue changing. I mean, we definitely need to sit and ask ourselves the question why? Why did we start the business? How do we stay relevant? How do we change our business model? Are there any collaborations that we can do with other business owners
Right.
and really embrace the change that's happening? And it's the only way to move forward because we don't want to get stuck in the fact that things are changing and we're not sure what to do, then anxiety levels rise. So first step, accept the change. Secondly, you really have to learn to manage your time because I've found that even myself, doing the most, the time is going by, and I'm like, why do I feel like I am not doing a lot, but yet I'm doing a lot? So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you have to make schedules. You
Right.
have to really write down schedules and say, okay, the same way that I worked in the office, I'm going to get up, I'm going to have breakfast, I'm going to get changed, I'm going to write down everything that I have to do for the day and get it done within a time. And you list the top three things
Right.
and you get it done out of the way. Because if you don't do that, you'll end up in circles. So the second tip, you have to manage your time. Thirdly, routine, which is kind of falls into managing your time. Um, you really need to create that routine because you could honestly end up sleeping in late, getting comfortable
Right.
in what's going on. and giving yourself a break. Now, it's okay to give yourself a break, but you'll end up getting comfortable, and then you realize, wait a minute, my business, what's going on? Again, anxiety rises. So you set a routine. One of the things that has been working for me like so well is getting a coach or a mentor. Yes, I am being coached and I support other businesses, but it's important for me to be supported.
Right.
And having a business coach, I mean, I turn in a little plug here, Naked Lab. My coach is amazing. He's been helping me through this pandemic and really guiding me and saying, okay, how can you evolve? How can you create solutions to problems for the clients that's happening? How can you help? And honestly, I would like to do this for other people, but getting a coach or a mentor to help you through this is really important. Um, ensure that you have a support system, which is where a coach comes in. But with regards to your friends, your colleagues, we need to talk about it. We need to come to terms with the fact that this pandemic has been happening for the last year by extension, and it's going to continue happening. And if we don't have the right support system around us, we can really, really have low days. And it's okay to have low days, but it's okay to have support as well and have
Yeah,
conversations about it and figure the way
I was gonna
through.
say that, having the right people around you as your support system is so important because, there are those who they themselves are going through some issues and they may view things differently, and in their viewpoint that may sometimes be negative to you,
Yeah.
it may bring you down rather than lift you up.
Yes, definitely. So a good support system is super important. Um, One thing that has really worked for me as well is exercise. I mean, exercising really lifts the spirit. So that kind of falls into routine. And whilst it's hard right now to motivate yourself to do so, it really does help you get into that routine and managing your time. And last but not least for me is being kind to yourself. You take care of yourself, you accept that this is happening, you find time to sleep, guys. You find time to have breakfast. You find time to really take care of yourself, and you balance yourself out with your work and taking care of yourself, because we're all going through this. We're
Very true.
all stressed out. It's a global pandemic and we need to support each other and really take care of ourselves.
Oh, yes.
So that's it for tips.
Well, I do hope that our viewers and listeners would have been taking note because there are surely some solid tips and can make a really good foundation for any business owner or any person on the whole, because I think the tips that you gave spans more than just business. I think it can span into life as well. Now,
Yes, definitely.
the pandemic would have posed many unique challenges for many people. But when it comes to the businesses that you support and the clients that you have, what are some of the most common that you found during this time?
Some of the most common at this time is that a lot of clients can't afford to pay their full-time staff.
Right.
But they still need to run their businesses, whether it is a service business or a product business, they still need to run their business without actually closing down. And a lot of times, business owners try to do everything themselves. And we, meaning myself included,
Yeah.
need to learn to delegate. Delegating is really important. And you eventually realize that you can't do it all. So one of the hardest things I've recognized for business owners is really having to let go of full-time employees or scale down and be able to delegate the work to or outsource it. So whether it's myself or other business support companies
Right.
or even the staff, but that has been happening a lot, scaling down, losing staff, less money, less profitability. It's been huge. But yet you find these same individuals who are being let go and now being that there's a positive side to this.
Right.
They're now being motivated into opening their own businesses. Would they have done it if the pandemic didn't happen? I don't know.
Very true.
But they're now opening their businesses and saying, aha, I always had this idea. And I didn't have time to do it because I was constantly in work. But now that we're in a pandemic, maybe I can look into this and maybe I can open this new business. So we have a lot of new businesses growing out of the pandemic. So while businesses are closing down, there's been a spike in businesses opening as well.
Very true, very true. And, businesses like yours are there to support them, especially for new entrepreneurs and such. So how do we get into contact with you and, to seek the support of your business in what you do as well?
Well, you can go into my website, which is intaya.biz, intaya.biz. You can contact me at 681-9466. You could check out my Instagram at entayabiz or my Facebook at entayabiz. You can email me, lisamarie@intaya.biz. So there you go. You have all my contacts. Feel free to contact me. I'm here to mind your business.
Love it, love it.
I love my plug. I love my line. I just love it.
I want to thank you for your time so much, and congratulations on the work that you've been doing to support other businesses as well in the midst of this pandemic and your continued success. So I want to thank you so much, Lisa Marie Brown.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. That's Lisa Marie Brown, founder and managing director of Entire Business Support Limited. You heard of all the contact information there. You could go on to social media and list the phone number as well, email address, all of the above that was just stated. And for now, though, we are at the top of the hour. So here's what we're going to go up to the news center for the news at 7, and we'll be back with the second half of the show after that. Stay right where you are.